my channel, guys. I know it has been super long since I last filmed a video for you guys. In fact, my last video was actually my Aunt Bear vlog, and since then I've done nothing else. I've actually done a couple little Instagram things instead. Haven't really focused on any of my YouTube videos. So today I am rectifying that and I'm filming my July favorites for you. It has been a long time since I even did a beauty video in general for YouTube. So yeah, that's going to be pretty exciting. I'm really happy to be back and filming. So for those of you that didn't know, July is actually my birthday month. So I did actually get a couple of new goodies in for my birthday. I actually don't think, only one thing here was actually a birthday gift, which is nice. I'll speak about that just now. I have some makeup, I have some skincare, a little bit of body care, and then some kind of fashion, accessory, lifestyle. I even have a little pet goodie. In fact, let's start with that. I was sent a couple of things from For a Pet. It is an amazing online store where you can buy a selection of treats and accessories and general lifestyle and well-being things for your pets. They actually sent me a couple of different goodies, including a mouth spray, which is like a little breath freshening spray for dogs. Luna doesn't have a problem with it, lets me spray it into her mouth. Havana, we think, is a little bit nervous of the spraying sound, because even when I spray on deodorant or I spray on face mist, she gets a little skittish. Big hit for both of them though were these grain-free Raw Love health treats. So these are completely grain-free. They have organic rosehip, rooibos and Sutherlandia. Not too sure what Sutherlandia is. These are healthy snacks to train or treat dogs and pups. 100% organic herbs, 100% for when they're a good dog. So the good thing about these treats is, by the way, this box is 100% completely empty. In fact, of the goodies they sent me, these vanished the quickest. They were the cutest little heart-shaped treats. They have no salt, no spices, no preservatives, no colorants. It's all healthy stuff. So these are made with lentil flour, free-range eggs, raw honey, organic rosehip, organic rooibos, organic Sutherlandia, organic coconut oil, and baking soda. I know that Luna, let me drop it. I know that Luna has previously been quite fussy with treats. If she doesn't like them, she won't eat them. For example, I got sent a really beautiful press drop by a company for the release of a TV show coming on, and it had these beautiful homemade dog treats. They were gorgeous, honestly. I mean, they looked like cookies I would want to eat. Havana, we actually received them the day we brought Havana home. Havana loved them. Our Labrador loved them. My sister's Whippet, she even ate them. Luna, nope, turned her nose up. She was obsessed with these. If you guys are looking for some really healthy, more natural, obviously these are raw, based on a raw diet for dogs and grain-free, cannot recommend these Raw Love treats enough. My doggies loved them. In terms of COVID favorites, it's such a bizarre thing to even think of COVID favorites. I have 3. 2 masks and a sanitizer. I was sent a selection of Cape West sanitizers. One of them was a bottle of gel, which I keep in my car, and the other is this waterless spray sanitizer. It is a 500ml bottle of sanitizer. It is 99% natural and fragranced. It has moisturizing extracts in it, so it doesn't make your hands feel really, really dry. They don't feel sticky. You don't need to rinse it. It's vegan. It has more than 70% alcohol in it. It's clean beauty. There's no nasties, no petrochemicals in here. Cannot recommend this enough. I mean, I've got very little left. I use it every single day. I even use it just to spritz on my makeup brushes after using them. I have also been decanting it, so I've got a couple of those little teeny tiny like travel spray bottles. I keep one of those in my handbag and I decant this into there when it's empty. I know that you can purchase them online. We'll pop a link down below for you guys if you are interested in purchasing. And then my other 2 COVID favorites are 2 masks. I was sent a Dear satin face mask. I love how it fits. I love that obviously the satin has all of the added benefits to it. I'll link a blog post below for you guys on the benefits of satin. I use the Dear pillowcases as well. So obviously this has all those benefits. It's hypoallergenic. And then I popped into the Pavilion recently and I went into YDE and I found this one. Now I love rose gold. I love sequins. I do like the fact that it is nicely lined. If you look on the inside, it's like a really soft nude fabric. no, the sequins do not scratch me at all. I'm sure you guys saw I have a blog post up on Musgrave gin. They have two gins, their regular original gin and then their rosewater gin. I will link it down for you below because I put some cocktails together with that. Musgrave is one of my favorite brands of gin. It is probably one of the first brands of gin that got me into drinking gin and tonic, which is why I love it. They recently did a trade exchange with me, so they sent me a couple of products and I have done the gin post. I have a brandy post waiting to go up as well. And in the gins, they actually sent me their gift packs. So instead of just buying the gin, you can get a gift pack, which is the gin and a beautiful candle. So I obviously have both the candles, love them both, but I love this rose one. So it has a rosewater fragrance to it, but it's not that kind of old granny smelling rose. Like, rose can be very old-fashioned and very fuddy-duddy, or it can be beautiful. This is beautiful. It's a really delicate rose fragrance. And obviously I've trimmed my wick to make sure it lasts longer, and I'm going to be reusing the glasses afterwards because it's beautiful. Look. Body care products I've really been enjoying, especially for the month of July, was the El McKay Hydrate Nutritive Body Butter. Now, I am a big body lotion, body butter person. You guys know how much of that mixer body lotion I go through it like water. It's got the most beautiful fragrance. It's very subtle, very soft, very feminine. I don't even know how to explain it. It smells delicious, it smells beautiful, and it smells comforting. It's also such a beautiful, rich body butter. Not so much a body butter. Like, when I think body butter, I think of the texture of the Body Shop ones. This is a little bit softer. It's more like a really rich body lotion, but it's super nice and rich. I love putting it on my feet even at night. It's fantastic. I don't foresee this lasting much longer, actually, if I'm very honest. They sent me this along with their peeling mineral mask and their hydrating day cream, normal to combo skin. I've used the moisturizer a couple times to the face, really like it. Very hydrating, but not greasy at all, so perfect for that skin type. And then I've also really been loving the mask. I've actually used it about 4 or 5 times already. Very nice. But of the 3 products, this has been the standout for me, and it's one that I would actually repurchase, definitely. I only have 2 skincare items, which, if you look at my last few favorites, that's very rare. I know that my previous favorites was like, I think 3 months worth. And I think most of it was skincare, if I actually recall. I could be wrong. One definitely has to be the Avène Hydrance Aqua Gel. I have spoken to you guys about this. I've done a post on Instagram. I have mentioned it elsewhere as well. It is a really beautiful gel cream texture. So you can see it's a very light gel cream texture. Very hydrating. And as with all Avène products, it does actually contain the Avène thermal water. You can use this 3 ways. It's fantastic. You can use it as a day cream, just a small amount, which is incredible. You must know how your makeup glows over this. Oh, it's beautiful. I don't even need to use a primer. You can use it around the eye area to hydrate, and you can use it as a leave-on overnight mask. I usually use it at night, either as a night cream or overnight mask. A couple times I've used it around the eyes, and I use it during the day when my skin just needs that really extra deep hydration, and I've really been loving it. This is actually a cleanser that I think has been on my wish list like 2 or 3 times. I ended up trying a couple of sample sachets of it, and since then I have been desperate. Now, you guys know I prefer an oil, a balm, or a milk-based cleanser. I'm not usually a fan of gels. Even though I do have lash extensions, I will then just make sure I don't use it around my eyes. I will use micellar water on my eyes, and then any of these slightly oilier, more rich, nourishing, hydrating cleansers I will use on the rest of my face and avoid my eyes. So it is the Skin Creamery Oil to Milk Facial Cleanser. I love how all of the Skin Creamery products are in the most beautiful packaging. It's very simple, very chic glass packaging with a pump. You can buy refills, so you don't have to keep buying this bottle. I probably will buy the refill after this because I'm absolutely obsessed. It has sesame oil, baobab, and melon seed. It obviously has some kind of rose or geranium. See, rose geranium oil. You can smell that when you use it. You take it onto dry skin. I massage it all over my face. I will use this as my first cleanse in the evening or my cleanse in the morning, and I really massage it in all around the areas where I'm wearing makeup, obviously avoiding my eyes. But if you don't have lash extensions on, you can use it on your eyes, and it's phenomenal at removing eye makeup. And then I wet my fingers and I go in with wet hands, and then it emulsifies and it takes the beautiful rich oil that you've been massaging and it smells absolutely heavenly, transforms that into a milk, and then I take a face cloth, I dampen it with warm water, and I wipe the residue off just so I don't splash any of that into my lashes. Works like a bomb. I've not had any lashes falling out. Absolutely obsessed with this, guys. Like, if I could smother my whole body in it, I would. It smells gorgeous, it feels gorgeous, it's so good. I'm going to be honest, the first makeup item I'm going to show you I actually got for my birthday. That was actually towards the end of July, but I've fallen so in love with this so quickly, like I have to share it with you. And it is the Elizabeth Arden dual-ended foundation brush. So I did actually mention this in my stories recently. It was on my birthday wish list. In fact, it may have been on my birthday wish list more than once. It's got a smaller paddle kind of brush at the end, but it's not that typical thin paddle brush that you get for a foundation brush. I end up using those for masks. I don't like using those to apply foundation. This is kind of fuller and fluffier, amazing for blending out foundation. Definitely recommend it for that, or if you're just trying to get into the little nooks and crannies that you don't want to use your fuller brush for. And then I love the shape of the other side. It has this beautiful angle to it, so getting into your, like for example, your jawline is easy, getting in and around the nose is easy. Really soft and fluffy. It's not as densely packed as most of the brushes I like to use for foundation. I love a really dense buffing brush. It's a little bit looser, yet it makes my foundation go on like an absolute dream. It is so flawless. And in fact, usually when I use a brush to buff in my foundation, I take a beauty sponge afterwards and just bop it over to make sure there's no streaks or lines, and to smooth everything out and soak up any excess product. I barely need to do that with this. It's just superb. Like, I think this is one of the best hidden gems that Elizabeth Arden has, and I think more people need to know about it. And I need to make sure I get a few more, because I feel like once people realize how good it is, they are constantly going to be sold out. So cannot recommend that enough if you guys are looking for a really good foundation brush. One of my favorites is empty, and I'm very sad to say that. I finished up my Revlon Candid foundation. I kind of loved it in the beginning. I liked it. It wasn't as good. Like, I loved all three of the products, the foundation, the concealer, and the powder. I have done a full video review. I'll link that for you. I loved the concealer, really loved the powder, and I really loved this too. But for some reason, of the three products, this kind of slipped to the bottom and it hid away. So while I had almost finished the powder, which I think I've got maybe 2 uses left of, I've probably got a couple more uses left of the concealer, I had quite a lot of this left. And for some reason, I started reaching for it thinking, oh, you know, I liked it, I didn't love it, it was really affordable, let me just use it as my day-to-day foundation until it's finished. Because I've got quite a few foundations in my collection that I need to work my way through, and obviously I want to go out and try some new foundations, and I'm not, like I said, one of those wasteful people who will collect 500 foundations and then half of them will go bad. I'd rather finish up 2 or 3 now that I have been enjoying but not loving, and keep my favorite ones for when I film or when I have functions. So I started using this again, and I just kept noticing that even though I wasn't setting my face with powder, this was looking so beautiful that I actually ended up cutting it open to scrape out the very last of it that was sitting around the bottom where it could pump out. It just looked so fresh, and this ended up being like the perfect shade for me. I got the shade 200 Nude. It ended up being the perfect shade for me. It gave me such good coverage. It looked fresh, it looked flawless, but it set down almost to a matte, but not a flat matte. And even at the end of the day, it wouldn't look greasy. My skin would just look glowy. So I'm going to be repurchasing that. Hadn't bought any new concealers in a while. I went and repurchased this. It is the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser Multi-Use Concealer. I have used 3 of them, which I purchased internationally, and I used 1 local one because obviously the packaging is different here. This is my second local one. Absolutely the best. If I could only choose one concealer to use under my eyes, it even does cover up. It's great for touching up to keep in your makeup bag, because I keep a little sponge in there, and it's great to touch up with. It just doesn't look cakey when you touch up with it. I cannot get enough of this concealer, and I'll be buying them again for the rest of my life probably, as long as they continue to make them. It's just so flawless. It doesn't look cakey. It's not overly drying, especially at this time of year. Under my eyes, it doesn't make any of those fine lines pronounced. It's just beautiful. And then my final favorite, it's actually 3 products, but it's a new release from MAC. I don't know if you guys have heard, I did share this in my stories when it arrived, and I have since shared a couple of little catch-ups on what I think of it. So they have a Powder Kiss lipstick. It is a matte bullet lipstick, the regular lipstick shape. It will go on and look really matte. However, they've developed this really unique formula that it doesn't feel matte on the skin. It feels soft, not quite powdery, but it feels really hydrating, even though it looks really matte. They've now obviously had such success with that formula that they've expanded their collection, and they now have Powder Kiss soft matte eyeshadows and Powder Kiss liquid lip colors, and they very kindly gifted me 2 of the liquid lip colors and 1 of the Powder Kiss soft matte eyeshadows. I love the packaging as well, guys. It all is like this really soft matte finish. Everything is matte. It really feels super soft as well. The soft matte eyeshadow, this is the shade So Hot Right Now. I don't actually know how to pronounce it. It's H-A-U-T-E. It is described as a burnt orange. It is beautiful. Totally a color I would pick out for myself. With the soft matte eyeshadows, they have this kind of like hydrating feeling to them. They don't feel like a dry matte eyeshadow. So I've swatched it for you. They blend out and they blur in the most beautiful way. You can see how the color diffuses. Not like a flat matte. The color just diffuses so beautifully. I'm actually wearing it on my eyes right now. I blended this in with a little bit of Riff and Punk from my Urban Decay Born to Run palette. So I've taken a little bit of the warm brown Riff just in my crease, and then a little bit of Punk on the outer corner, and then I've literally put this all over the lid. You can see how beautifully it diffuses out. It's the most beautiful pop of color. You can apply it really intensely. You can go in and with just a little bit and really blend it out, because it really diffuses in the most stunning way. And I love how this color makes my eyes pop as well. I really, really like it. Then their lip colors as well. So they've got the actual lipstick format, but now they've got the liquid lip colors. So they sent me the shade Devoted to Chili, which is what I'm wearing on my lips right now. Now I've gone in quite intense with the color, but you don't need to. You can just use a little bit less, and it gives that blotted lip look, which is what they're actually designed to do. So I usually take a little bit less than this, and then I blend it a little bit around the edges, and it gives the most beautiful blotted finish. It's stunning. So comfortable to wear. The closest formula I can compare it to, and it's not the same, are the NYX soft matte lip creams. It almost has like a moussey whipped texture, but it's like buttery at the same time. So you can almost see how it will blend out and give you that blotted finish. So it's super pigmented, but you can obviously blend it out to give a more blotted finish, which is what it's designed to do. So that is the shade Devoted to Chili, which I love. But you know, I am more of a berry toned person, so while I do love this and I've worn it quite a bit, the shade Burning Love is definitely more my usual speed. You can see why. It's very similar to the kind of color of my nails. It is a really rich berry tone that can go on like a really dark purple, but can blend out to the most beautiful bitten kind of I've been eating blackberries vibe on your lips. It is gorgeous. And the formula of these guys, because obviously it's got that kind of whipped, not quite a mousse, but whipped kind of buttery mousse texture, yet it looks matte on the lips. Obviously it is going to transfer, but not a lot. But it doesn't have that drying formula of a regular matte lipstick. Oh, I really love them so much. So much so that I want to get my hands on a couple of other colors now, because the formula is so comfortable to wear. I actually really want to get a true red if they have, and I want to get a nude, because I think a nude in this formula would be just so beautiful. And the nice thing is when they do come off, they leave a little bit of a stain as well. So yeah, sure, it is going to come off if you eat something or if you're drinking a lot of tea or coffee. But yeah, it leaves a nice stain on the lips. So I've really enjoyed that. Anyway guys, that is it for me. Those were my July favorites. I would like to get to filming some more videos, some more beauty content. I love my beauty content, and I have not had the time lately to film. So if there are any videos you guys would like to see beauty wise, please let me know. I hope you are all staying safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.